Hello, good dag, or good day, or even good night if you're in the evening, or whatever the case may be. I am Bragi, the son of Magnar, and I'm a Viking. I'm a Scot, and I'm also a teller of tales and folk tales. And I'm here with my very good friend and Viking.
Egil Thorsen. I am a warrior, trader, sometimes rune caster, and a storyteller. Good dog. Oh, don't forget to press the subscription bell on the corner there and leave us a comment, because we're always willing to hear those, aren't we?
Oh, we're always willing to read and answer them, yes, and
Certainly are.
you know, we love your comments. Your comments really make the channel for us, so thank you very much. And we are going to actually talk about subscription later on, and perhaps we can mention comments a little bit as well.
Sure.
So this is the weekly Viking vlog, episode 7. Oh, you're bringing a horn this week, are you?
Oh yeah.
So, how are you then, Egil?
I'm fine and dandy, thank you. How's yourself?
I'm very good, thank you. I've had a good week. I've caught up with a little bit of rest, so that's great. And we'll talk about the host updates, you know, as we go along in this vlog. So, you know, as I always say in every vlog, I bet you never thought you'd get into episode 7 of a vlog series in your
Certainly
life.
didn't.
So,
like you said after volume 1.
and we're thoroughly enjoying this whole process of making these vlogs. And it is, do you find it's giving you practice for the live streams?
Yeah, why not?
And we are going to do a live stream tonight at 7 o'clock.
I'm glad he told me that.
It is scheduled, so I hope the schedule can be seen by our marvellous and brilliant subs.
Yeah, right.
So, watch out for that. We are going to try in future to have a live stream on a Wednesday, because that suits both of us when we're filming. As you don't know, we're filming Rodens today, because I think it's the right day to film on for us, and it's paying respect to the big man up there himself.
Yeah, don't hold your breath, mate.
Yeah, well, it's not going to rain today, so that's alright. Tomorrow, though, will be a different story, because Thor's coming to town with a lot of wind. So, yeah, so there's that. So what have you been up to in the last week, channel-wise?
I've been having toothache a bit.
You had toothache last week.
Yeah, I know. So I've got rotten teeth.
Yes.
It's dentist for you.
Well, we'll talk about dentistry in the Dark Ages in a video at some point.
And before you say it, no, you're not even going to touch my teeth.
No, I don't want to touch your teeth, thank you.
Ooh, neutral.
Not unless those out your mouth. And made out of gold.
No. I had a great uncle who used to wear a necklace of human teeth.
Yeah.
He jumped ship in New Zealand to marry a Maori princess, but didn't come to anything. But there's a lot of Branscombs in New Zealand.
That sounds like a saga and a story on its own, that does.
Well, if you can imagine me with a bigger tash,
Yes.
it was like Lord Kitchener's on steroids. A bit like Zebedee at the Magic Roundabout.
Yeah.
But yeah, a bit of a lad.
And our subscribers might not know the Magic Roundabout.
Yeah,
So that's going off subject.
Google it.
Yeah, they can Google it. So, have you been learning any new folk tales in the last week? Since I saw you last?
We've done a Billy Goat one today.
Yeah, for the first time we've done a folk tale together, and the idea of this is that we both sit down and we both learn the same story, and we take the parts. And I took the part of the 3 Billy Goats gruff, and Egil was the troll. You're very good at doing troll impressions.
Cheers, man. Go for a bridge, will you?
That sounds like on the Busters.
Yeah,
I hate you. Get off the bloody longboat. Oh, that's Blakey.
Yeah.
On the longboat. They should have made that series.
Yeah. But no, I had my friend who, thanks to the camera, brought me some relics back from Coinage, off the battlefield there. A few bullets, an old grenade, and he brought me 2 medals back.
Nothing Viking then.
No, but he found some Roman stuff. He got a Roman coin he found there.
Well, he's got a metal detector, has he?
Yeah, they did actually.
Yes, I'd say.
But no, it's been a good week. I've enjoyed myself. I always do.
Do you actually watch the videos, the content yourself at home?
I'll be honest, I'm not on the internet personally.
So you never really seen any of the vlog episodes then?
I did see one of our stories on the computer at the library, but there was no sound on it.
Did you not have a headphone?
Nope.
Yes, well, we'll have to address that in the future and have you come round for the day just to watch our content. Because if you don't watch it, you don't learn and how you can improve things.
I already know I'm perfect.
I know you are, but I learned a lot from watching myself on camera. And you think, oh yeah, I should be careful there. You shouldn't be so quiet on this bit. I should, emphasise my voice on this bit. I'm repeating myself there. So you tend to learn and pick up these things. So yeah, that's all interesting. You got some folk tales you're going to tell in the next couple of weeks?
Well, after what we've done today, I think the story about how mead came to Middle Earth is relevant. We've got to learn that one.
And that's from the Sagas, is it?
Yeah. And
excellent.
Here's the thing. Why don't we see what the people here think? Say, do 10-minute segments of longer sagas like Egil's saga, Eggenbrigger's saga.
Well, I mean, until very recently, until last week, the most popular video on the channel and the most watched video on the channel was Egil meets Lejot from Egil's saga, and that's just basically a very short extract. So these extracts of sagas do work. And of course, if you're telling the saga in itself in a series, you get to cover it again. So that's great. So yeah, please do look at the sagas and to choose some of the little fantastic stories you get to them and tell them, because that was very popular in the past. So yeah.
Well, I think if we break them down, make a series of it, it gives a bit of fun to the viewers, and it also means we can learn the segments a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean, if we go out tomorrow and start doing a series on every saga, within 6 months they'll all be told, and there'll be no sagas left to tell. So
I think
well, there will be sagas left to tell. There'll be many sagas, but you can see what I mean. You can't cover it all in one go. So on a channel like this, you just have to subscribe and hang around and stick with us, and we'll get there. And so that's great. I'm going to find you a couple more books to lend you as well, or buy some more books, so that you've got some more sources for your folk tales, because you do enjoy telling them, don't you?
Yeah, it's a bit of fun, and I hope the people out there enjoy it.
Well, I get in the comments I read on your folk tales, I really do enjoy, the funny impressions, and also, you could also come in the future about doing the voices and be a little bit more serious and get lots of content out of it. I know, Egil's serious. Anyway, saying that, I've got to go and pick up my card that fell over. I've got a card down there, I know what I'm talking about. There we go.
Just burst the bubble of reality there.
Well, normally I have a bit of paper in my hand with the schedule of the
I've got one down
vlog,
here.
But I'm just trying to use these boards I can write on. And also, if we've got any of the long sagas to tell, we can use these boards and write down all these long names for you to remember.
The only trouble with that is, of course, I can't see past the end of my nose. I can read the Samsung on the camera, and that's about it.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to figure it out as we go along.
Yeah.
So in the last week, what have I been up to? Well, what have I been up to?
I don't know. What have you been up to?
I've been answering a few comments on the channel. I've been testing the live stream a few times on a private live stream, and I can't figure out. Well, I can live stream on the mobile phone straight to YouTube, but I can't do it through OBS. So I can't actually live stream and then see the live stream on my telly. So at some point I've got to figure that out, or whether it means a second camera we buy just for the live stream so that we can see that, because it's very hard when you've got a little mobile phone and your phone's 5-6 feet away to actually read the comments. I just about do it, and then the comments don't stay around very long. So I've been trying to practice that, and I've also been researching, well, if we did have to buy a camera, then what kind of camera would we need to do the live streams on, because I'm constantly thinking about upgrading the equipment, because that's how you do it on the channel. If you stay sterile and don't upgrade, you're going to get stagnant, and your content will get stagnant. So by investing in the future, we'll always try to hopefully keep it fresh for people.
Well, there you go.
So, and I've been reading a few more folk tales. I've got a couple to record this week in the evening, so a couple of the Boots tales. And I'm also just learned to tell, well, it's called the Three Sillies, I think, about this silly family, and the guy goes round every day, and they go down the basement, and there's an axe hanging in the ceiling, and they all get upset and start crying over this axe, over the possibility that one day it might hurt somebody. And he goes and says, I'm not going to marry your daughter until I met 3 more sillier people. And then he goes on his wild adventure and meets 3 more sillier people.
Well,
so I'm going to tell that one, and that's an English folk tale. And of course we're going to have some more folk tales from Gotham. I got it right this time.
Nice little dovetail there.
Yeah.
We would like to apologise beforehand to anybody from Gotham. It's not us.
No, we didn't write the book in 1840.
Well, I think I may have done, I don't know.
I don't know why, I'm not saying you're old enough for that, so
No.
I'm not on camera. Anyway, yeah, well, to a degree, yes, we've got to say so, but on another degree, I'm pretty sure they'll associate that fame and those 14 stories and use it to the best advantage.
Look at it this way, it could bring tourism to Gotham.
Oh, yes. And one day we might do a Gotham village tour in kit.
That's if they don't slaughter us.
Yeah, don't chase us out of the village. Oh, it's those two idiots on camera telling the tales about us.
Wanging cheese at
Get out your
us.
pitchfork, chase them off.
But,
And it's in Nottingham, that could happen actually.
yeah, whoa.
Yeah, we're not going to tell him we're from Derby. Where are you from?
I'm from
Nottingham.
Kent. I'm from Kent,
Well, we know
actually,
that.
but,
That's been mentioned before.
Yeah,
So,
I can get away with it.
that's about the current folk tales, and we've currently got a few folk tales in hand, all shot with a new camera, thanks to Anthony.
Yo!
Thanks, Anthony. So they're going to be published in the next couple of weeks. So that's really the update on us and the folk tales.
And also, hopefully, we'll get that sack truck and get my washing machine.
Yeah, well, that's
sorted.
another story, but we don't really need to mention the sack truck and camera.
I have, just so do you remember it.
Yeah, well, I won't be seeing this until Sunday, so I won't remember it until Monday.
Oh, let's do this. Thanks for the sack truck. The washing machine came beautifully.
Oh, that's no problem. I get it out when I go after we do the live stream. So let's talk about for a little bit about subscription status. Now you may be saying, well, Bragi, what do you want to mention subscription status for?
Rocky, what do you mention subscription status for?
Well, I just want to make sure that one of the most important things is that you always stay subscribed. So just make sure that you are, because what happens on YouTube, if you're not active on a channel, YouTube will basically unsubscribe you. So just go and make sure that you are subscribed. And we have been losing 1 or 2 subscribers recently, and that will mainly due. There's 3 reasons why people will lose a subscription.
Is that water in there?
It is water there. The first one is that, well, YouTube deletes their account for breaking in their many rules. So that's your first reason why you lose a subscription for our channel, and the most common reason. The second reason is, well, they have the mysterious event happens where they get unsubscribed by YouTube, and I've had this happen to myself on channels I really like. I don't watch them for a few months, and I go back and I notice that I'm unsubscribed. So this is why we're talking about this. And I also want to talk, because this is something my auntie said. So hello there, Auntie Jill, who's watching this. She's from Melbourne in South Derbyshire.
Oh, no.
She asked me, is it free to subscribe to YouTube? And the answer is yes, it is free to subscribe. Now, there is an option for our channel to actually charge each month for people to watch the content, and I assure you that we're never going to do that. Our content will always be free on YouTube for you to watch. So, just in case anybody's got any misunderstanding, it is free to subscribe on the channel, and it's free to subscribe and join up to YouTube. And please go and join up YouTube. There's 1.8 billion active users every month.
We could do with 1 billion or 2.
Well, yes, to get 1 billion subs would be amazing. I don't think anybody's got a billion subs.
Lady Gaga's got about 1 million. hasn't
No,
she?
well, I think PewDiePie's got like 60 million or 58 million. So,
Oh.
hello there, PewDiePie. Give us a shout out, please. That would never happen. Of course, if you're subscribed to PewDiePie, you could always leave it in a comment too. You know, you couldn't imagine what would happen if something like that shouted you out.
I've heard of apple pie, but never PewDiePie.
Well, PewDiePie's very famous. PewDiePie, you know, he's also very famous for having that massive incident 2 years ago and causing a lot of the upset on YouTube with the monetization. But it wasn't as bad as John Paul, whatever his name is, who showed a dead body in the Japanese wood. You know, which
over my head,
he's
no.
famous for dabbing. You won't know about these people because you're just not so trendy as I am. Not that I'm trendy, I don't follow these people. Anyway, so that's about subscription status. So last week we talked about the Angles, didn't we?
We certainly did.
And the week before that, in episode 5, we talked about the Saxons.
We did.
So I thought this week, Egg, we're going to talk about the Jutes.
Well, the Jutes, they originally came from Jutland, hence the name. And they settled in a part of the country in England called Kent. and that's where I was born. And it's commemorated in their coat of arms. Derby's got a ram, whereas Kent has an upstanding white horse and the motto unconquered. Now the Jutes have a reputation, shall we say, of being flexible rather than
Yeah, I've heard
crazy.
that.
They would rather trade with you than raid against you, so yeah. But I don't, everybody pushes all these tribes together and calling them Anglo-Saxons.
Yes.
But there are distinct tribal systems within themselves. You'd even got people from Denmark. I think Jutland's Denmark, is it?
Well, it's on the border. It's a low country, isn't it?
Well, I must admit what I know about Jutland is where Scapa Flow is and the Royal Navy used to be. Well, they're still there, maybe.
Of course, I just told a folk tale from Jutland.
Oh, right.
The Jutlander and his stockings. You can see that in the card.
I remember
And
that.
if I ever possibly see this card, I'll put the card there. And if
Yeah.
you ever watch any of our videos and you see me pointing to a card and you don't see the card, then please go and leave it in a comment. Hey, Braggy, there's a missing card at 10 minutes 23 seconds. I'd really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Sorry
Yeah.
I didn't touch you there.
That's alright, I'm glad, because I've about said all I can say about the Jutes off the top of my head. But as I say, Kent, if you go to Kent, beautiful county, forget Derbyshire, go to Kent, it's beautiful.
It's a bit flat for my liking.
It's also known as the Garden of England.
Too much chalk.
Yeah, chalk.
There's some right old fossils come from there.
Cheers. But there's also most of the fruit you get in this country comes from there, so it's a beautiful place to visit. I'm not bad-mouthing Derbyshire.
No.
Derbyshire itself, especially in the north part, reminds me of Lord of the Rings, you know.
Oh, it does, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some spectacular places in Derbyshire to film, and we're all in time travel. Not through time, it's just we're going to travel in time.
They're not bad people in
I'm making it worse,
Derbyshire, but yeah, I'm talking over him just to hide the fact. Please comment on that.
Oh,
But,
indeed.
no, especially for our friends across the seas, come to England. It's good fun. We don't all wear bowler hats or go blimey, mate.
God, blimey, governor.
But we have got some amazing scenery here. I know there are farms in Texas which are bigger than the whole country, but we've got some nice little traditions. There's the Ashbourne football match. Go and have a Bakewell pudding.
Oh, Bakewell tart.
Oh, but if you go to Bakewell, it's a very nice place. And Derby itself has some interesting little bits. I hope to be doing a show on Athelflaed, King Alfred's daughter.
That'd be cool.
In one of the comments there's a mention about Athelflaed, a truly remarkable woman, and I'm going to get on my soapbox and we say that we need to hear more about women in history.
We do, yes.
I was lucky when I was a student. I did a year of women's history and I found it thoroughly interesting. And for those ladies out there who haven't done it, please have a look. It's fantastic. You know, history says his story. Well, it's not just his story, it's his and her story. It's like trying to build something with only 50% of the bits you've got. And women's history throughout time. I mean, we're hearing a lot about the suffragettes, as it's the 100th anniversary of
Oh, yes.
But also, we hear very little about what they did during the First War. These were nurses. Edith Cavell was shot as a spy. A lot of women were in the Royal Flying Corps. They were sewing the bodies of the aeroplanes. And the number of women that sent in socks, mufflers, and you think, well, there's that. If you're stuck in a trench and it's freezing cold, those gloves, those balaclavas, etc.
Oh, you'd be very thankful of that.
Oh yeah. So
Well, it makes you think, so, in a big war, the women will all get together working. But so, in the times of the Saxons, when you knew there was a big war coming, what would the women be doing then? Would they be preparing anyway? Food for the men,
they
weaponry.
were. At one point, they were sewing sandbags because there was a shortage of them. But also, let's go forward in time to the time of the miners' strike here in Mansfield. Well, Mansfield's Nottingham, isn't it? But the ladies of Mansfield, the wives of the miners who were striking, they came out in solidarity with their men. They got food packages together. they carried on and they supported their menfolk, and that's a tremendous thing. If you ever see the videos of the way the miners got, there was 6 1 half a dozen of the others. There was a lot of fighting.
Oh yes.
But the women marched out in the streets, and I'll raise a corner. Thank you for you ladies.
Well, ladies have done a lot in history,
Yeah.
and we, we're not thankful enough, So,
Well, there's so many things.
I mean, were ladies treated differently in the Dark Ages
Yeah.
compared to today?
Well, I did a little bit on Viking women. I'd like to do more.
Yeah, there's a video on the life of Viking women in the Viking Age.
Well, I won't say that.
Watch that on a card.
I won't say they had a better time. They had a different. They probably got more freedom than, say, in the Saxons.
But did they have
the
more
Normans.
opportunity?
There were opportunities, but it's like if you're a widow and running a farm, you were sought after because you knew how to run a farm. If you got red hair, you were sought after because that was looked on as lucky. And you hear the name Rhiannon.
Yeah, oh yes.
That means red hair.
Oh yes, I've heard that.
But there are, I would say, different rather than better. I mean, I was asked once, did women fight? Well, yeah. May not have been charging from the shield wall, but when the men were away, the women looked after the house and the children. And it's a pretty silly man that attacks a woman who's got children in any species. Females are very aggressive, and it's
Well, it's nothing like a lion that's looking after a cubs. It's the same kind of principle, isn't it? Really.
well, also, I mean, where did the Valkyrie come from?
Well,
They
yeah,
came in
we
the
say
fight,
that,
and Athelflaed, she led from the front, and nobody questioned that at all. In the accounts.
Well, I thought she didn't lead from the front. I thought she led from the back.
But
I know there's different accounts on that.
from the Anglo-Saxon Chronicles, which I would take as the best source, she lost 4 thanes beloved of her. Well, a thane in modern day army would be like a regimental sergeant major, and she lost 4 of those in one battle.
Bad luck there then.
Well, if you're a
You
thane,
don't fancy being a thane next week then?
the next train leaving on platform 4. But she would have led from the front, and we have St Altman's tomb in the Museum and Art Gallery. Well worth a visit, especially if you
That's
like.
Derby.
Yeah, if you like Joseph
Derby
Wright.
Museum.
She put her hand on the tomb. She reclaimed Mercia, Ongland, and she spoke English. So she gave us our nation and our language. The top of this has been broken in.
Oh yes.
Not by the Vikings,
No.
by Queen Athelflaed, who took the remains of St Altman, and they went off down to
Tamworth.
that's it. Just testing in there.
Yeah.
To Tamworth Castle.
I'm glad I knew that.
Yeah, I'm glad you knew that as well.
I know.
There'll be a lot of stuff.
Well, I've been reading about her recently, so
Yeah. But
she's a very interesting woman.
she was indeed.
Certainly a very inspiring person as well.
Well, she also brought up the first King of England, Athelstan.
Oh yes.
Her brother Edward the Elder, Athelstan was his son, and we lead on to that. Athelstan wanted to unite Scotland with England. He was not very nice about it, so apologies to our Scottish friends. But there was also the Battle of Branaborough,
Oh yes.
and the Battle of Branaborough, there were 5 kings of Scotland killed. There were kings of Ireland, princes.
Well, perhaps you could talk about that in a video. I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a great idea.
That was a horrendously big battle, and I think it took part near Liverpool.
Oh right.
A very nice place to visit, by the way. Our friends across the sea. There's more to Liverpool than the Beatles, but
Well, no, it's definitely more than the Beatles.
there's
Liverpool.
some fantastic restaurants.
They have some fantastic architecture in
Yeah.
Liverpool as well. And there's also a massive connection with the American Civil War, and there's a statue of Lincoln in Liverpool, I believe.
And also, if you go to Liverpool, you've got to have a go on the Wakamaka Splasher. It's a World War II duck painted
Oh yeah,
yellow.
yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, but wrap up because it gets very cold on the Mersey.
Oh.
It's well worth a visit. There's some fantastic restaurants. There are beautiful markets. One word of advice: don't drink anything on the street, and that includes water or pop, because there's a bylaw and they enforce it.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But anyway, well worth a visit.
So that was a very interesting chat. We started talking about the Jutes, and then we got into many other areas of interest. So I do hope you like that section. And I'm trying to encourage Eggle to each week to have his own little section, Eggle's Corner, whatever you want to call it. So if you've got any suggestions for Eggle and what he can also talk about in the vlog series, then please leave it in a comment, and we will no doubt reply and bear that in mind in the future. So last week we had last week we talked about the mystery objects, and of course this was that device, and you know what that's for, about making chainmail in a process, and I'm going to make you one of them.
Right.
And then last week we had an item called What's in Broggy's Bucket. Now,
sandwiches?
No, not sandwiches. We had a few guesses. Somebody said, Stefan Milo said, is it some hemp bread? I think he was implying. We read that. No, it's not. Somebody says, is there any mini tools in there? That was from Eat More Chicken. No, but I also thought Eat More Chicken, I can get a KFC bucket in there one day and pretend to eat some chicken out of it. So that was just a thought for you, Eat More Chicken. So no, what actually I'm going to do, and perhaps take my hammer out, my chainmail maker.
Hammer time.
Perhaps lift it up. We can have Eggle take some out and then talk about it for you. Not that one.
Oh, right, sorry.
That's just a piece of pewter.
That?
Yeah, you can take that one out.
Don't know if you can see that there. That looks to me very intricate.
Oh yes.
Would you like to tell me what it is? Or where
Well, that there is a flat bracelet, and what happened was that round about this point on this side it broke. What I was doing, I was stretching this bit out and reforming it so that I can get it around my wrist again. And I've got a little bit more stretching to do, but it is getting a little bit thin there. So I'm going to have to stretch it out in the middle. But what's in the bucket is ingots, and this is all about talking about hacksilver and what ingots are.
But we've just done a bit on that, haven't we?
Yeah, well that's in another video, which they will see after this has come out in 2 or 3 weeks. So,
well, again, if anybody comes to visit Derby, and
talk about that.
And I urge them so to do, down the side of the cathedral, Armen Alley, and that's where the moneyers made their coins. There you go. There's an ingot. There's an outgot.
Yeah. If you're lucky, one of these could be silver, but I think most of them would be pewter. And you can find out how soft it is. And you can see straight away I can hammer that. And I hope you can see this on the camera. But like I said, we have done a video about ingots and hacksilver separately, because we thought it was an important subject to talk about.
See, I didn't know that you biffed the ends in first.
Yeah, well I like to biff the ends up flat, so I got something to work on rather than the curved section. When it gets too weak in this stage, and what will happen, if I'm not careful, it will do that, see, and bend it over. So
I'm saying right, I can't see.
Yeah, so you have to do that at the beginning, so that you got a flat edge, and then you can just keep working your ingot with your hammer. And this is round about the style of a hammer you would have used. And this is a 19th century hammer, and often the patterns of tools don't really change, which I always find amazing.
Well, if they work, why change it?
Well, indeed. So as you can see there, Eggle, what I'm doing, I'm trying to form a coffin shape, and trying to flatten it out, and then gradually after working this and stretching it and stretching and stretching, you'll have a flat section, a bit like what I showed you here. And then when I get to this stage, I can get some very nice Viking stamps and start to stamp it up and make a pattern on it.
Right.
At some point I'll make some of these.
There you go. Cheers.
They're not silver, but they'll still be just as good. And that was what was in the bucket, ingots.
Alright.
They're quite heavy, there's a bit of weight in there. And you've got your broken bracelet in there, perhaps you can talk about that.
What, my serpent one?
Yeah, which I'll probably make into some rings for us, I think.
I'll put that down. And here we have my ex-serpent bracelet. And
Where did you get that from?
it was a gentleman who we won't talk about, who used to do jewelleries. This is designed on what's called migration period, 6th century. And unfortunately it's very thin. Don't know if you can see that, it's about ready to go there again, isn't it?
Yes.
But yeah, you could make rings out of that.
Yeah, I think I'll make some rings out of that.
And,
maybe some pins.
I'll just put this back in your bucket. It's actually representing Jormungand, the serpent of evil. It's supposed to be around the earth with its tail in its mouth. A symbol, incidentally, used by the Duke of Devonshire.
Oh, right, yes, I've heard about that.
Yeah. But, oh, my tooth is killing me. So,
Poor tooth.
yeah. I've lost my thread now. Oh, yeah, the serpent. So,
No, that was 4 episodes back where I lost my thread.
all right. Incidentally, we've got to do one on spinning, haven't we?
We are going to do a video on spinning, and we've also got a meme on spinning we're going to do at some point.
Yeah.
So that's basically, you see, after a few minutes I've worked this already, and it's beginning to get stretched out. It's a bit flat on this side.
Yeah.
What I've got to do is just try to knock this down and get that tapered effect, as well as keeping the piece meaty, and you keep levelling off.
Looks like a little garden gnome, doesn't he, working around there?
I do. Official gnome.
Yeah.
Of course, we're not really told any folk tales about gnomes. I don't think there is any.
Gnome, you all know what that stands for, don't you?
There's no home like gnome.
Well, it stands for Guardian of Mother Earth. Did you know that?
And is a gnome more of a modern thing then?
I think gnomes have occurred. They're more Germanic things. I know the creation of the statuettes, but
Well, we are going to be talking about folklore in the future and covering all the different aspects of folklore and the different, you know, kind of subjects which folk tales derive from. So no doubt we'll also talk about gnomes in the future, as well as boggarts. So, you know, a card falling over again.
might I suggest some for clippage?
Well, yes, I thought I could have put some clippage on that.
Sticky tape.
So that was that. That was in what was in Bragi's bucket. And if next week I can find you another mystery item, because they do seem popular, don't they, these mystery items?
Mystery to me, then, mind you.
Well, indeed. Well, you should know. You're qualified. I'm not.
Yes.
So you're an archaeologist. I'm like a noob.
Archaeologists don't get it right every
that's a
time.
Minecraft reference. That kill too many noobs in Minecraft. So there's that. I need to look at the card to see what we're talking about next.
Yeah, well,
Because I can't remember, so just bear with me.
get 'em.
I don't like getting up in the middle of a video. There we go. It's what I thought it was. It was the questions and comments. So there's a sheet for me and a sheet for you.
This is going to be fun. We're always happy to see it.
I'll read the long one out. Because I talked to you last week with long comments.
Yeah.
You can go to start first and read a question one at a time.
Okay, boneless berserker of.
Bergthora.
Are you?
That's my mate Terry.
Are you getting
Hello, Terry.
prepared to garrote someone? Well, no.
No, well, what you're talking about there, you're talking about the video we had out yesterday. It was the folk tale of the sheep on Trent Bridge from the Wise Men of Gotham. And in that video, what I was doing, I had in one hand, I had a piece of wood with some wax cord on, and in the other hand, I had my wax cord wrapped around some cardboard, and I was trying to wrap it around the wood bit and get it off the cardboard. So no, I wasn't actually preparing to go up somebody. I was actually winding some wax thread onto an authentic holder.
As bit as I was the only other person there, I'm glad to hear that.
Yes, he was getting worried earlier because he thought I was going to got him on video off camera. Which it could be very easily done, but you really need a knot in your hanky to do that.
Gosh, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
So what's in Bragi's bucket? I'm going to guess that there are loose spoons and eating utensils in there. And I think that either came from Cheetah or Theomir, but I can't see the name, I'll not put it on. So thank you very much for that guess. Yeah, Cheetah. No, so unfortunately you're wrong on those both accounts. It's not any loose spoons, nor is it eating utensils. So a nice guess. And if you'd like to see the feature come back again of what's in Bragi's bucket, then, well, we can do that again, can't we? In the next episode or...
Yeah, it's a nice idea, that, Bragi's
Yeah,
bucket.
so thank you very much for that comment.
Okay, the next one is from Theomir.
Hello, Theomir.
Hi there. Great story, Egil. Looking good in this video. Bragi, can you really see you as a wealthy man working
Your wares.
there as Egil tells a story? So I need glasses normally.
Yes. didn't have glasses in the Dark Ages. Or did they?
They start to see them in about the 12th
Yeah,
century.
12th, 13th century.
If you see the film Name of the Rose with Sean Connery,
Brilliant film, that.
you see him with a pair of glasses
There'd be
on.
like a bone structure with lenses in.
Yeah, the lenses were the difficult thing to do. I
Well,
think,
indeed, they would have made out of quartz, I would have
I
thought.
think they were first in Italy. If anybody knows,
Yeah,
let us know.
if anybody knows the history about glasses, then we'd love to hear and read about the comments. So please leave us a comment on that.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. It's alright, carry on.
Sorry, I heard a thump. It's boots again. Okay,
Ah, me.
yeah, it's your turn.
This is a comment from one of our lovely subs, Sagas. It's called a stick in a hoop, or hoop and a stick, occasionally known as hoop tunneling or hoop rolling. It was a stick in a hoop when I played it, and that's referring to somebody talking about this item,
The mandrill.
thinking that it was
Yeah.
for a stick in a hoop. But
Yeah.
no, that's from far later design.
I could see where you're coming from though, because I have
Yeah,
seen
it
it.
didn't say that was the guess,
No.
he was just
Yeah.
replying to a comment about it.
Okay, Rome is glory to us all. Really? Okay,
Oh, that's just the subscriber. Hello, Miss Glory to us all.
great story, quite humorous as well. Always enjoyed a good Northworthy video. Well, thanks for that, Rome is glory to us all. Nice to hear from you, and please keep subscribing.
Oh yes,
Great.
and at that point I'd just like to thank the Romans for the aqueduct, and I'd like to also thank them for the roads
What else have you
and
done for me?
sanitation.
And York.
Well yes, I can't help but think of the life of Brian when I think about Romans, what
Yes,
they did for us.
We've also got Roman remains in Derby.
Well, indeed we have.
Little Chester.
Yes.
There is hypercourse that's covered over. We've got the sides of the road, and at Chaddeston what used to be called the racecourse. Derby Museum and Art Gallery, I keep plugging these people, have got quite a few little bits of interest in there, so if you can turn up to Derby, go and see them. It's well worth a visit.
And if you're from Derby Museum and you're watching this video, then please leave us a comment. We'll at some point look and be doing a museum tour to advertise you, and we will be dressed as Vikings doing it.
They might let us do it because I used to work there.
I think that mage catching up with you.
Certainly, I was catching up with you too.
Anyway, I got a comment here from Sagas, which I've been slightly getting confused over this comment on the previous comment. As I said before, the answer is onion. Laughs out loud. Now, I am quite confused. This is the third or fourth time.
Extra
the riddle. Right. I know there's a reference somewhere,
Yeah.
but in the back of my mind, my brain couldn't work and I couldn't figure it out. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, as I say, I have a copy of the riddle book, and we were going to have a riddle every so often.
Yes, we might include a riddle in the middle of the vlog series. So you should make me laugh during it. It's very hard not to laugh. Yeah, so we'll be doing that, and we also will be talking about riddle in the content of the video content themselves. So yeah,
We could do a riddle in the night.
indeed.
Okay, and another comment here from Cheetah. Good morning. Loved the folk tale, enjoyed every second of it. Nothing better than waking up in the morning watching a good folk tale. Well, thank you very much there, Cheetah. It's always good to hear from you.
Oh yes, hello Eater.
And also,
Good dag.
it's also brought home the point that what's evening to us is morning.
Yes, we
to
are
our
very
friends
aware
across
that
the water.
when we think about live streams, you always come to my mind being 8 hours away in time difference.
Yeah.
So when we do get to a regular plan of live streaming, which I hope to be a Wednesday and probably a Sunday would be better
Yeah.
for, wouldn't it? So, we hope to do that in the future and kind of set up a standard.
Mm.
Yeah, so a comment from me, let's just drink a bit of water. I'm getting a bit of a dry mouth there. I'm drinking water. I got a dry later, so I can't drink me, and I'm like Eggle here.
Right, be nice friends.
So do you know anything about the Germanic tradition of snuffs and smudges? It's really interesting. Well, I didn't know anything about this. I've heard about it. So I asked. This is from Sagas. So later on, he left me another comment. Well, as you mention it, the ancient tradition of mixing various plants of interest, including things like hemp, henbane, morning glory, etc., and either smoking it or using it like a snuff. A good way to lose an evening or two. The ash from burning was used to put smudges out around the doors and windows as a magical protective measure against spooky stuff. Mainly in winter activity, I recall. In some tourist spots of Germany, one may still buy these winter snuffs, but the commercial ones are generally just tobacco these days. Occasionally in old photos you see old guys chucking away at their leaden pipes with big smiles on their faces. Now you know why, laughs out loud. That's very interesting, that.
Well, smudging, I mean, we know that the North American Indians use sage.
Oh, they did, yes, I've seen
In fact,
that
you
one.
could buy these sage sticks in Derby. Snuffs. Well, there's interesting history. It was, for those of you who are military bent, the Battle of San Juan, the Zulus attacking the British, who wiped out the British on that particular occasion, is said to have had war snuff.
Were they throwing spears, were they? Again.
Well,
Stop throwing those blasted spears.
well, one of the problems was the Martini Henry rifle.
Oh yes, the repeated Henry.
The rounds they used were substandard. As you pull the lever down, like on the Winchester, it sheared the base off, so that to take the.
But it had a
pain
little guillotine on it, something did.
Then they had to
It will
pull it out.
guillotine off the paper to reveal the black powder, so you can get a issue. That's the same on the sharpshooting rifle. Anyway, going off subject.
Suffice to say, the Zulus, they didn't seem to fall down when they shot at them as well. Many of them died later on, but
They've probably been taking snuffs and smudges.
well, it's the snuff they took was mixed with something, I don't know what, but
Yeah.
there you go. Okay.
That's all interesting. What's your next comment then?
Another one from Cheetah. Haha, this was absolutely hilarious. I enjoy hearing both a good folk tale and getting a laugh in the morning. Well done, keep it up, guys. Wassail. Well, thanks, Cheetah.
Wassail.
It's always good to hear from you. Yeah, okay, well,
Always
great.
enjoy your comments.
Yeah.
Peter. So I have a comment here from Tecto Sagas talking about Wales. Wales stroke Welsh comes from Wahl, that's W-A-H-L, which ultimately refers to the Volcae, a confederacy of Celtic tribes fighting the Roman. Wahl, I think I'm pronouncing that right, eventually came to mean anyone who isn't of Germanic origin. The word Wahl persisted place names like Walton, Cornwall, and even in the word walnut. The Saxon word for Wales is Realas, or Welsh, in Realis.
Oh, yeah.
That's another very interesting
Nice
and
one, Tecto.
great comment. Thank you very much.
Okay, I have a comment here from Stefan Milo. Howdy do.
Hello, Stefan. I got to watch your latest video of old news.
Hemp bread, I take it. I could probably make some of that in Oregon. They're a bit more liberal over in these parts. Great video, guys. I always listen to your vlog on my Monday commute. Well, Stefan, yeah, I don't know what they're like out there in old Oregon, but
Never been to Oregon.
yeah, I've never been to America. I'd
Oh,
love
there
to
you
go.
Well, you're gonna go. We're gonna go one day on a world tour to meet all our fabulous subscribers.
I've got to get a passport first.
By then, we need like a stadium to meet them all. We'll do it.
But yeah, it was not just hemp, but excuse me, there are other things as well, probably funny mushrooms and stuff like that. But okay, well, you go for it.
Well, I
then,
never
mate.
met a funny mushroom in my life.
Well, I have. They're real fun guys.
Yeah, they are fun guys. How could it all coming out now?
Yeah.
So we have a comment here from a new sub, ISO3H. So hello and welcome to the channel.
Howdy, hi.
If you're watching this, fantastic. King Arthur, directed by Michael Bay. And what they're referring to, they left this comment on the trailer review we did of the King Arthur movie, The Legend of the Sword.
All right.
And they're suggesting that the next movie we do is the King Arthur one from 2004.
Is that the one with Keira Knightley?
Keira Knightley, yes,
Oh, got that.
woof woof, and Ray Winston.
No.
You don't get,
Woof,
you don't get. No, you can buff me alike. I wasn't going to buff Ray Winston. So we're going to review that one next, and then after this review, We're going to record the other King Arthur movie, and then we'll find some other trailers to do.
There's Excalibur as well.
Yeah,
That's
I talked about
quite
that in the comments. I really enjoyed that film. Did you enjoy Excalibur?
Yeah. Anything with Helen Mirren has got to be good.
I always find it amazing. It had
Cherry
Liam Neeson in it, and I never
Yeah.
realised at the time.
Well, there's quite a few.
He's been around a long time.
There's a little guy. That's the fella who went round with...
Oh, the little fella.
Yeah, the little fella.
Oh, the little fella.
He went around the world on motorbike with Henry Cole.
Oh, right.
Forgotten his name. My apologies to you, sir.
Oh, yes.
Okay, got a comment here from Tecto Sagos.
No, it's not Tesco Sagas.
I know. Tecto. Okay, I saw this on the BBC. I thought you should see it. Hey everybody, here's a news item you may be interested in. Athelflaed, the warrior queen who broke the glass ceiling. I am very interested in Athelflaed. She was an amazing woman. I've tried to get a blue plaque for her in Derby.
Well, she needs one in Derby.
But
Oh,
unfortunately,
we'll work on that.
Yeah.
We could unveil it for them.
Yeah.
You know, get the Queen down as well.
Oh, yeah. I've seen her in the coins. But
Oh yeah.
Athelflaed is an unsung hero or heroine, and she needs recognition. So yeah, nice one there, Tecto.
Oh, definitely. And that's in one of the comments of that video. So please look out for that link. I've got to go and watch it. It's on BBC4, I believe. So I'm looking forward to watching that. I've just been a bit busy the last couple of days. So we have another comment here from ISO Tree H, and this is referring to the folk tale I called Bukala, which was out a week last Friday, I think, last Friday.
Yeah.
And it's "Oi, bigger's better car."
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I said in it. So if you've not seen the story of Bukala I told for the third time at last, please go and check it out on this card up there. And if I remember to put the card up there, I will do. So next comment for you.
Okay, another one from Cheetah.
Oh yes, we've got lots
Hi.
of comments from Cheetah.
Another question for the both of you. Being pagans and all, do you guys attend service? Well, I am actually a member of the Odinic Fellowship, speaking for me, but I do my ceremonies actually in my front room, which I find fits the bill. There's not that many Viking sites, oddly enough, around where I live. I live in the middle of the city, Derby. But what about you, Blakey?
Well, I don't fundamentally practice. I've gone down the route of shamanism, so I'm more of a Norse pagan shamanism. But shamanism is kind of on a different level to worshipping the gods in my mind. Because what you're fundamentally worshipping are the universal energy of positive and negative. Although naturally you choose positive and not the negative side of things, because if you go down that route, you end up with bad things happening to you.
Well, I'll have a word with Odin about this.
Yeah, so naturally, you know, I live each day in respect to the gods. So, you know, because I don't belong to any heathen group, like, you know, the Guild of Green Men and Woodrose, they look like to have a fantastic group and fellowship over there. So if there was one locally, then I probably would try to join them. Perhaps we might get involved in it, but, you know.
Well, to be honest, I mean, the Odinic Fellowship, I've only ever met one other person who lived in Bopa.
Yeah.
That's over to the Odinic Fellowship.
I'm not sure whether they have we used to have the pagan moots once a month down at the flower pot. But
yeah.
that's probably a long time ago since that's been happening.
The good old days of the Green Circle in York. I mean, York really used to be a fantastic scene out there. But hey ho.
I mean, I'm honouring the gods by doing this. This is where I'm honouring the gods in many aspects.
Okay.
So, you know, I don't think the gods have got access to YouTube, but I like to think they have. You know, here's Odin with his one eye watching YouTube. Oh, look at these two guys. Oh, I like them.
Same through the
Yeah.
week.
So there's that. And perhaps we may talk on that subject a bit more in future. I don't know.
Yeah.
So next question, that'll be from me. Well, we've got a question here from Odin, one of our subscribers. Hello,
Hi,
Odin. And of course, naturally, this is Rodin's Day we're filming on. So, you know, how great is that? A great showcase of your swords, Eggle. I find this video both entertaining and informative. And that was on last Saturday's videos about the swords and lance hatches in the Viking Age you did.
hopefully we'll be able to do something so you can see them in action.
Yeah, we are going to also do an update video on that and both it in it, because I think we can make a longer video, more informative video about swords, and also show you and talk about some of the swords you've not seen so far, because I do have more.
Well, you've got a whole book on them, I noticed.
Yes, we can also talk about some of the books that are out there. There's a very good book on Swords of the Viking Age I can talk about and show you.
Yeah.
You know, so there's that.
I've got a quick question from Cheetah. Hi, Cheetah.
Hello.
Quick question for Bragi and Egil. Do any of you guys know how to play authentic Viking instruments? Well, I can answer for me, no.
Well, I could play a drum. I mean, they have drums, don't they?
Yeah, drums, flutes.
Like a bodrum.
Yeah, I have made a bone flute.
Yeah, they used to make flutes out of willow.
Yeah, my dad used to. He used to make like a swanny whistle.
Yeah.
I asked him how you do it, and all he said was, "When a sap's rising, boy," and that was it.
Oh yeah, you got to do it in the late springtime, and perhaps next spring we'll go out and find some willow, and we'll look to make one on camera.
Yeah, well, when I was a little lad, I can remember Dad getting his penknife, and he'd get the willow.
I mean, how would you do the reed? That'd be the difficult bit.
He taps it, and then did a D hole, and then cut an angle out at the top.
Yeah.
And seemed to reverse it.
I saw one of the. I think there was a Time Team episode where they went out and made a willow whistle or flute.
Yeah, they work all right till the sap dries out, and then you can't use them.
So, I mean, one of the problems is that, you know, instruments from the Dark Ages cost a lot of money. I mean, if you're looking at buying a kit to make an Anglo-Saxon lyre, you're looking £400. And even on Etsy, some of the cheaper ones are about £200. They're still a lot of money, and they're not fundamentally authentically made from the right wood, because naturally you didn't really have access to maple or some of the other woods they use.
Well, the swanny whistle thing, that's because what it is, you've got bark and then that wooden block, it's the gap.
Yeah.
And it vibrates, like when you get a bit of grass and blow on it. Green grass.
So yeah, so although fundamentally we don't play any instruments, but I could probably play a kind of a Viking drum. I don't think I'd have a problem with that.
Buran.
Yeah, Buran. I mean, the Irish are very famed for them. I could probably play a lyre, so I'm thinking about buying one in the future when I've got £200-300 spare. I mean, it all takes a lot of money to invest in these things. So there's that one for you. I hope we answer that best we can. Right, so let's be. We've got a comment here from Magpie. Awesome collection of swords and axes. I never knew how many different types there were. Laughs out loud. Great video and keep it up. Worry would indeed for it. We're going to keep on going and not give up. I don't believe in giving up.
No.
It's not in my vocabulary. That's a word.
Okay, I've got some Eat More Chicken.
Hello.
Hi, Eat There More Chicken. What can I call it? Eat for sure.
You can do.
Is there many tools in the bucket? Well, we already explained.
No, there wasn't no mini tools in the bucket, unfortunately. As you saw earlier in the vlog, it was ingots.
And then it also says, awesome vlog. Okay, Eat More Chicken, thanks a lot.
Oh yeah, so he really enjoys the vlog and it seems to be very popular. Having a great effect on our watch time and overall retention. And that's two of the most important things to YouTube. It's how many people watch, for how long they watch, and how long they watch for. Getting a bit dry in the mouth again. We're not used to talking so much. Alright, so your go.
Oh, it's my go, is it?
Yeah, no, it's actually my go.
Theomir.
No, it's your go.
Oh, right. It is. Theomir, hi. A grand armoury you have there. I cannot wait to see them in use. That makes two of us there, because I haven't had a sword fight in a long time.
Yeah, we will be. We have been talking about this very recently, so very soon I hope we'll be able to see that. So, so we have one from Cheetah. I would have to say my favourite weapon shown in this video would be the Norwegian single-edged sword. Oh yeah, it's a very nice sword, but the problem with that sword is it's got a very, very small grip. So it's a little bit difficult on the wrist to use. It really needs taking apart. The top of the sword wants grinding down a few millimetres, probably about 10, and then putting back together again. And then it will give my hand a much better grip. It's a bit tight on my hand.
You must have bigger hands than me.
Well, I don't know, it might suit you better.
Yeah. It is a great design. peculiar to Norwegians,
Yeah,
apparently.
but that's a very important aspect about swords, something we don't talk about, is that it's got to fit right to your hand. And especially if you're using kind of a reenactorism of an armoured glove, which we often do use, because, you know, we don't use bare hands in fighting, because you're going to break your fingers.
Yeah.
So you do want some form of protection. But whether the Vikings would have had some kind of leather-bound gloves, it's hard to say, because there's nothing really been left or found so far.
Yeah, gloves
So
don't make no
it's
sense.
what we class as a reenactorism. It would be very much like the leather guard you see in your wrist. Although most of the time we will wear them in battle, simply to protect your wrist. But yet again, that is another reenactorism, something you're bound to see on the show The Vikings a lot.
We know the archers wore them.
Yeah.
But you'll go, I believe.
Yes, no, I just read that one, you'll go.
Alright. Edward the Confessor. Hi, Edward.
Hello, now we've just done a video about you,
Yeah.
really. It's a short one, but we'll be looking at making a longer video too.
Okay, he says, thanks for reading my comments. I was a bit disappointed in myself for missing the live stream. Will there be another soon? Well, yeah, don't be disappointed in yourself. We have to sort out the timelines. It's no good us doing it if it's 3 o'clock in the morning for you.
No, and what's the most important thing is just set a regular schedule for the live stream. So there'll be one every Wednesday. As long as we meet on a Wednesday and film, we'll always finish by doing a live stream end of the day. And then at the weekend, most probably on a Sunday, we'll get together between 2 and 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening for 6 hours, and we'll do 2 or 3 live streams, and just set aside that day for primarily doing live streams. So whether we do that every week or every 2 weeks, I don't know yet. These are the things we just got to sort out within our own time. So just bear with us, please.
Yeah, that's you then.
Right, it's me. So we have a comment here from Confused Wolf. Now I'm not sure if you're new to the channel. If you are, welcome. If not, well, welcome anyway. And this was talking about your video from last Saturday, talking about sword. As we filmed that with the old camera, and the old camera didn't like strong winds, so it was very blustery in that video. And they said, have you offended Odin? A bit blustery over audio. No, Odin loves us, doesn't he?
He's looking at it near the lawnmower from next door.
Normally we get motorbikes or lawnmowers.
Yeah, no, we haven't offended Odin,
No,
but it hasn't offended us.
no, I don't thought so.
Okay.
So your one, your question.
And we've got
Comment.
a comment here from Magpie5678. Hi Magpie. Good evening everyone, and thank you for the shout.
Good night.
Oh, thank you. It's always nice to hear from you. And if you've got a comment, please, we would love to hear it.
Oh yes, we do love your comments. And one of the things we do need on this video is for you to leave your comments for the next vlog. So you got any questions you can leave us? Brilliant. If you've got any suggestions you want for content, then please do so. As you've very well seen, we will make content people ask for, and I think we've got a proven track record for that now.
Yeah.
It does take time, so for that you have to bear with us. If you ask for a video on, the Godwins, it may not happen next week, but in the next 2 or 3 weeks we'll get it recorded and it'll be in the pipeline to be published, or be scheduled to be published. So there's that.
Because I have to read the books.
Yeah, of course, yes. I'll just go to Wiki. Anyway, so I have a comment here from Bonus Berserker Borg Thora. So that's my very good friend.
Hiya.
Hello, Berg. What about a drinking live test?
Well, we did actually.
Yes, today we made a video talking about mead and drinking in the Dark Ages, the Viking Age. So, and Simon was drinking and sampling some 40-year-old mead. Yes, you heard that correct. That was 40-year-old mead, of which I have gallons.
Yeah.
So, and you enjoyed that, didn't you?
Yeah, it took me back to wearing flares, high-heeled shoes, and
Lemon.
perm. But you know what
That
they
could
say.
be the thumbnail.
Yeah, you know what they say. A friend in mead is a friend indeed.
Yes. That was a song by somebody.
Should we
I've
move
forgotten.
on from that one?
Yes, indeed. So that was a boneless berserker Berg Thor again. Can anybody tell me the name of the Viking who stood against Harold's army at the Battle of Stamford Bridge, holding the bridge by himself till stabbed from below?
I thought it was Monaco, but never mind. Anyway,
Sorry,
Stamford Bridge. What happened was,
it was okay.
yeah, I know. The Vikings were actually caught sunbathing. They never expected Harold.
Have they put their cloaks on the floor first?
No, seriously, they're actually in the sun, and they had to get across this bridge quickly.
I mean, Vikings are well known for sunbathing.
I should have known. There was a big Viking there. I don't know his name, but he was killing people left, right, and centre. And of course, the Saxon army was getting a little miffed over this.
You can understand that.
Yeah. And it is said they put a man in a barrel, sent him down with a spear where he blocked the man. He stabbed him right up between the legs and killed him. I should think after that you'd want to die, really.
Definitely say. I think after that you make yourself some chainmail pants.
But anyway,
that's another story.
He was killed by the spear.
They didn't have them.
He was killed by the spear, and the Saxon army came across, and the rest, as I say, is history.
It reminds me of the Hobbit movie, the second one.
That's where he got it from.
They escape in the barrels.
Yeah, that's where he got it from. He borrowed a lot from history.
Well, of course
and
so.
the
Well, life is based on plagiarism.
Well, let's just say reworking the concept.
Yeah.
Don't want to upset Tolkien's relatives. But
yeah, so he didn't have a name, and perhaps I might make a video about him at some point. So, you know, it was a bridge too far, but never
Bag's
mind.
eye for not getting stabbed between the legs.
Oh, there's a couple of bridges we could use down the park, actually.
And I have one from Theomir.
Yeah.
Hi Theomir.
Hello, Theomir.
Nice to hear from you. Thanks for reading my comments as always. Great camera quality. I was recently told the best way to get a good quality smartphone camera is to visit shops such as CEX in the UK, and you can pick up recent phone models from around £40, much cheaper than the rip-off phone shops. Well, I'm sure you're right, because you're talking to the wrong guy. This is the guy you should be talking to.
Yeah, so yeah, you probably can for £40 get yourself a relatively good smartphone with a good camera. So yeah, that is a good way of looking at it and buying one. Although I'm still thinking about buying a digital SLR. So if anybody got any recommendations, I looked at the Nikon D3400, 3400, but then that doesn't have a jack mic. And then we've also got to think, well, do we really want to go spend £500 on a camera? So, but it's something I might have to do in the future.
Yeah, it reminds me when I was in the army, SLR self-loading rifle.
Oh yeah, I mean, the mobile phone we use is great, but it's got some limitations when it comes to live streaming. And it'd also be nice to have two cameras shooting, so we can do multiple shots in the videos. So there's that. Do you want to read another question out? Because I owe you one.
It's okay, it's not a competition. Theomir again, hi. Interesting comment. Make sure you set up an Amazon Associates account so that when you reference a book, you can post an associate link for the item. That way, if someone follows the link, buys the book, you get a percentage of the sale. Every little helps. True, I hand this back to Bragi, as he knows more about this than I do.
Yes, it's something I have thought about in the past, becoming affiliated with Amazon. Now, first of all, I'd just like to ask the subs and the people who watch this, is that something you'd like to see us do in the future? I mean, naturally, you wouldn't every video be selling you a book, but sometimes we do mention books, and we could certainly put a link on Amazon. But I think overall, is that something you want to see on the channel now, or would you prefer to see it in the future and we're bigger? And another thing I can become affiliated with is TubeBuddy, because the other day I decided to subscribe to TubeBuddy for a year. It works out about £9 a month, $13, $14, and so I can become affiliated with that as well. But it just means I've got to mention TubeBuddy in the videos, so I'm not sure about that one. But I do like the idea of becoming affiliated with Amazon, and it's something we may look into. So just bear with us with time. You know, we're not fundamentally doing this to make money. We're doing this because it's fun and it's entertaining. But we also do realise that on YouTube you can make a very good living.
It's the cherry on the cake.
Yeah, it is a cherry on the cake, but it's not the overall thing. It's a bit like your subscription status and how many subs you got. It's not something I tremendously keep an eye on, because if you keep an eye on these stats all the time, you become overall. And what you should be concentrating on is the content itself. Yeah. And improving that content.
Like a book.
Yeah.
That relies on its story or factual information.
So I do have an Amazon account, so I will look into that in the future. So spare that with us.
Okay.
Alright, so one from me. So Tech Host Sagas. Is So this refers to the video of Bucola, and it's just basically put, it has a shield, and you're sitting on a wall. No, can't bring myself to do that pun.
Yes, that is answer to the two of
Oh,
those.
look, the shield here, look.
Yeah.
There's no wall though.
Or is it that you're just happy
a
to
wall
see us? We've
shield?
said it for you, my friend.
Wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I couldn't help but laugh at that comment.
Yeah.
So, what is it any more from you?
Here's one from Theomir again. Hi, Theomir.
I hope this is recording.
Yeah, I hope so too. And this affects Bragi here.
Does it?
I mean, what I said about caring for your father. My father has in a similar boat, but different diseases, and I will one day have to devote time to his care. I will continue to support the channel, lend my help where I can. I will definitely take opportunities to spread the word of this channel and promote it around the internet. Well, thanks, Theomir. As I say, I know Bragi's dad, nice chap, and it's just one of those things. But here's a glimmer of hope for you all. They have done researches today on dementia.
Okay.
Yeah, they can't predict it, but they're getting to learn more about the
Yes,
mechanism.
it is a very terrible disease. I mean, you spend all your life having an interest in Vikings, and then you get to an age when you get dementia, and then all that interest just goes. So you have a nice house full of really nice hobbies and objects you've cared and you've loved, and you just have no interest, and that's a terrible thing really for an individual to go through, but at the same time not realise what they're going through.
Yeah.
So it's not very easy. I'm very lucky because my dad doesn't have it too bad compared to some parents who we don't even know who the family are,
Yeah,
can't
I
recognise them. So, you know,
my late mother thought she was 8 years old and had no communication. And what I say to people is, imagine the person you knew as mother, father, are in another room. They're there physically, but spiritually they're
yes.
elsewhere. And you have to accept it. It's very depressing.
And it's
because-
something we don't talk about again in the
Yeah.
modern world. I mean, it's the same on slavery. We don't talk about slavery enough, but you also don't talk about people who have these problems, you know, these mental issues.
Well, it affects those around.
It does
them.
affect your family around you. You know,
and,
it's heartbreaking for your relatives to see this.
If you have a baby, you can expect the baby to grow into an adult, whereas what I mentioned, it's the other way around. And
We just need in society to become more opening to these things and have more compassion, because it is a very dreadful thing to see your relative go through. And I'm pretty sure lots of you guys and ladies, of course, will have to go through the same thing with your parents in the future.
yeah,
So, you know, it's not nice to go through. It can be very stressful, but having this channel really does help me, and it's a bit like going out and do some gardening. It's very therapeutic.
what I would
It's
say,
good escapism for me. So
what I would
thank
say
you for that.
to Bragi and to Theomir and everybody who's got something like this, draw a line, get up to that line, don't go over it, because remember, you yourself have a life to live. You cannot spend your whole life on somebody who's not there. And yes, it's very easy to do that, but you yourself have a life and you need to move on. But draw that line, be honest. There are professional homes and carers and things like that, but draw that line, go up to it and really go up to it, and after that have a
Yeah,
fun
I mean, it
thing.
often makes me think of how in the Dark Ages we would have treated our relatives if they were lucky enough to get to that age and they got these kind of diseases. I mean, in those days you had this massive connection of family. Your family is very important to you, so you looked after them.
Chances
So-
are you wouldn't have reached that age.
No, you wouldn't have
anyway.
reached that age. So that's that anyway. So thank you for that comment, Theomir. You know, I always get very touched by these comments,
Yeah.
and thank you for support. And currently, my dad Magnar is currently back in hospital again. So there's been an update for you. He's in the right place, and we're going to get some care in place.
But he's a happy bunny.
He is happy. He's always joking and telling funny jokes. So, oh yes. So we have a comment here from Odin, and this is from the tale of Bucola. The boy became a man. Always a tryst at the end of a folk tale. Very well told, Bragi. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Well, thank you very much, Odin, for the lovely comments.
Yeah.
You know, we love to tell these tales, but we love even more to read your comments. You loved them.
It was good fun reading the Billy Goats out today.
Yes.
That's looking to release, but I've got my final comment is from Cheetah. That'll be cool if Scalagrim shouts you guys out. I'll post some comments on his recent videos, and hopefully he reads them. Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, so if you can get a shout out for us, many of these massive YouTubers, whether it's History of Hilbert or Scalagrim or any other, you know, Thane Thrand, I watch all those three. So any of these channels you can get us a shout out, I think that will tremendously help the channel out and give us such a massive boost. You know, we wouldn't believe it. So yes, Cheetah, excellent cow impression.
Moo.
Moo. There's one for you there for free. Anyway, and we've got a last.
Where's the beef?
No, that's on the dinner plate, hopefully. And the last question goes to Tecto Sagas. Gimlet, isn't that a draw from Lord of the Rings? No, that's Gimli. Oh, I don't know. There's always somebody leaving a comment like that. And we do love your comments. And that is the end of the comment section. And also the end of this vlog. So hopefully it's recorded. We not have to go back to do it all over again, which will truly upset Eggle. And also not be great for my voice.
Yeah.
And of course we'll be going live in a few minutes, or half an hour, if it's 6:30. So thank you for watching. Now don't forget to leave your comments for the next vlog episode 8. We'll see you in the next episode, or folk tale, or a chat on history. Razael.
Mine's
Good
empty.
health. Yeah, mine's empty too.